I'm Otto San, and I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastards.
All these rubber bands stuck inside my damn pants. Change bags of the week. We got turkey bags.
All right, today we got Otto San hopping off the porch with us today.
How you doing, bro?
How you feeling today, gang?
Shit, it's a pleasure to be here. I appreciate you for having me.
No, appreciate you having me today. So tell us, what you out here working on in Atlanta?
Shit, I'm finna shoot a video with Quills probably today, and I'm just trying to like really make my way down here, like, you know, really mingle with people and shit, like, you know, because where I come from, we ain't got no resources. We ain't got nobody that made it out with music, so it's like you got to go outwards to really find that type of shit.
No, that's real. So how does it compare working out here in Atlanta versus working back at home in Springfield?
When I'm at home, I'm not working on music because I don't have no type of ambition. Like, you know, it's a negative city, so it's like, you know, I just, you know, do my thing, make my money, and then I come out here, you know, come.
That's real. So how would you describe life back home let me ask you again. So how would you describe life back at home in Springfield, Illinois? Let me ask you again, I said Illinois. So how would you describe life back at home in Springfield, Illinois?
Life at Springfield, I mean, it's boring. Springfield ain't all bad city, but it's really boring because ain't nobody really trying to do shit better than, oh, my bad. First 30 seconds.
No, you cool.
Oh, okay.
Let me ask you again. So what's life like back at home in Springfield, Illinois?
Springfield, it's really like it's a retirement city if you want to go to retire somewhere. It's not really somewhere you should like chase your dreams or really try to, you know, build something there because ain't no support there. Ain't no real, you know, ain't no real help there. People always gonna hate on each other type stuff. So that's why you got to go elsewhere to find type of people to really give you genuine support and love and stuff.
That's real. How would you describe your childhood coming up?
My childhood was fun as hell. Like me and my homie, GTA, he know who I'm talking about. We really was just out here being bad and shit. Like, you know, my mom, she wasn't really like paying too much attention to what I was doing because she didn't obviously see what was going on and stuff. So we was just out here roaming the streets as kids, being bad, stealing and stuff.
That's real. When would you say you jumped off the porch?
Can you describe what jumping off the porch is for people back home? Because people think, you know, playing tough now is jumping off the porch, but it's like, can you describe what it means?
Me, I feel like jumping off the porch is when would you say you experienced life for itself on your own?
As a kid, for real. Like, even like 7th grade, my brother, he had me like busting his little jugs and stuff up the street to the little white boys and stuff. So, you know, that's pretty much jumping off the porch. I was stealing and shit. We was like elementary school, middle school and shit. Like, you know, we was robbing the fair and shit. Like the fair, like, yeah. So I'll say around there, for real.
That's real. Talk to us about your love for anime.
Anime is so crazy. Like, people really be trying to play people that watch anime, like call you weird and stuff. Like, if you know, it's not weird. Like, people watch internet relationships. So how you gonna watch an internet relationship and try to tell people that watch anime they weird? Like, anime hard. I love it. I got anime tattoos, all type of stuff. Like, I'm the Red Dragon.
Don't play with them. Why do you feel you're the only person in your city that wears Skechers?
Because I'm the only person that can wear Skechers in my city. Like, I swear to God. I had some anime Skechers. They was called One Piece Skechers. Ever since I started wearing them, people like, you know, if anybody else wears Skechers, they're gonna, oh, you dirty. They're gonna try to fry you. But ain't nobody gonna fry me because they know, like, I got, you know, I ain't even got to really say too much.
You really put that shit on, so it don't matter what you put on.
It don't really, you feel me? Like, it don't matter. I would have wore Skechers today, but, you know, these way more flyer, you know?
It's hard. How did you end up with a modified, hold on, I said it right, modified, right?
Yeah.
All right, let me ask you again. How did you end up with a modified PlayStation 2 and Game Cube? That's like every chick, like what?
Man.
Like, how did you do that, bro?
I be on YouTube a lot, just really like, you know, really just paying attention to like little hacks and shit, cause it's a lot of, like this PSP right here. This motherfucker, it's modified. They got every PSP game on here. You see, I'm playing the old wrestling games and shit. It's just, that's the shit in my childhood that really made me feel like, if I'm not doing something nostalgic, I start wigging out and I start don't feeling like myself, and then depression start to kick in. So it's like, I use that to like, you know, trigger me to not want to go back into that dark space type stuff, you know? So that's why I usually try to be colorful and stuff, because I'm not really I'm an introvert. Like, I'm not really into talking to people, being around people and stuff. So it's like, it's hard for me to get along with people. But that type of stuff really, like, it makes me feel good about myself. You know, it makes me feel good on the inside.
That's hard. Talk to us about, you learned to put that shit on from Goodwill.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Literally,
Thrifting is like a real thing. People be thinking you can't put that shit on from a thrift store.
No, for real though, like, you know, cause my OG, my dad back there, he the one that really like used to take me to the Goodwill when I was like elementary school, middle school and stuff. So I'm really like getting windbreakers and shit from there. Cause I didn't have a lot of money in high school and shit to really go buying and shit. I had to get a job in high school. A lot of people had their parents' money. I ain't had my parents' money, so I had to go get it on my own type shit. So you just learn to put that shit on. You got some J's on your feet. You got something from the Goodwill. They not gonna say shit to you. You feel me? Like they looking at your feet like, damn, he got the newest kicks that just came out, the exclusive ones. I ain't even got them. But shit, they ain't never know you got it from Goodwill though.
That's hard.
Just had to put that shit on.
Why do you feel snitches get praised nowadays?
Man, in my city, bro, like they don't give a fuck if you done told on motherfuckers. They don't give a fuck if you done seen that they done told on motherfuckers. As long as you got clout, they gonna fuck with you. They don't care, bro. Like, Springfield really is. Somebody just told on the cameraman down there in Springfield. Y'all, they snitching on the cameraman. If you snitching on the cameraman, ain't nobody safe. Like, shit crazy.
Crazy, bro. Why do you feel that is?
Because people ain't got no morals no more. Like, the street code they don't hold value to a lot of people no more. So people don't really, they ain't really genuine. They not really solid. Like a lot of people be like, oh, that's my OG, but your OG just an old head. He ain't put no time in. He ain't do shit to make him an OG. He just an old head that, you know, he survived everybody else. Like my OG really an OG, both of them. And I was raised with morals and shit. So it's like, I was always taught to like stay by yourself and if you're gonna do something bad, you gotta do it on your own because you can't tell on yourself. I'm gonna make the police work for you. You feel me? Like you ain't gonna tell on yourself.
No, that's real. What would you say is the biggest life lesson you learned growing up?
Biggest life lesson, don't wait on nobody, don't trust nobody, and really just like, you gotta do shit for yourself. You know, like, it's a lot of people that don't really want nothing out of life. Like I got 26 nieces and nephews. So it's like, I'm really trying to set the stage so where like, when I pass on, they got something they can build off of. Like, you know, they got connections and shit. They got their foot in the door. So I'm really just doing it for them. For real, for real.
That's hard. What would you say is the biggest obstacle you've overcome so far in your life?
Depression. For real, for real. Because depression really will kill you. Like, it's people that done killed themselves. It's people that really can't take this shit, but you just got to keep on pushing. Because it's like, at the end of the day, it's somebody that care about you. Whether you feel it like it is or not, somebody always going to care about you. Like, you might not feel like they care about you because the devil on your shoulder and he trying to push you away from everybody, but it's really somebody that care about you. Like, I had to learn that. You know, I'm thinking people don't care about me, but I got a whole, you know, I got motherfuckers that really care about me. Like, I just got to stay strong, keep pushing.
What advice would you give someone struggling with their mental health?
What, with depression?
Yeah.
Best advice I give them is my phone number. So if you feel like you want to call somebody and talk to somebody, you can call me. I'll talk to anybody that's going through depression, for real. Because I know how deep that shit'll get. Like, I done lost a lot of people to that shit. And I done seen a lot of people try to kill themselves, and it's like, if I can stop it, I would. If I can prevent it from happening, I would.
That's real. What would you say, when would you say you started making music?
My dad would tell you when I was like a kid, but when I was really like focused with music was like, I started rapping in 2017, just trying to, you know, get the feel of it and shit, but I never really took it serious. Like, I'm just now taking it serious because I see, like, I can go somewhere with it. Like, you know, like, I done met Lil Quill and shit, like, I done worked with him and shit, so that gave me the motivation that's like, shit, you can keep going. If you can get this far, you can keep going. It ain't nothing but ladders, you just gotta keep climbing.
What motivated you to start making music?
Shit, I couldn't get into college, you know. Shit, I ain't had shit to do. For real, and I was just like, I gotta make a way, because I was like, if I can get my foot in the door of music, I can branch off with fashion. You know, I can branch off with anything, but I just tried making music because it was fun and all my friends was doing it.
Nah, that's hard. What would you list as some of your musical influences?
Future. Future is like the greatest rapper of my era. I'm 24, so if anybody feel any other way, shit, I don't get no fuck for real, but Future the hardest. Like, Future, then you got Uzi, you got Thug, but like my favorite from Atlanta, like Future for sure. I like Uno the Activist. I fuck with Saw Baby hard as hell, even though he from Chicago for real, but he live in Atlanta. I want to work with both of them. So, shit, Outkast for real. A lot of people sleep on Outkast, but Outkast really, you know, they paved the way for a lot of that weird shit, a lot of that colorful shit. So, you know.
No, for real. You fuck with Bear One Boss?
Who?
Bear One Boss?
I don't know who that is.
You gotta tap in.
I'm gonna tap in for
Oh,
sure.
no,
Appreciate you for putting me on.
Got to. That's what we here for. When would you say you started taking music seriously full time?
I still be on and off in it because, you know, I'm not industry down. So it's like, I just be, I don't know. I don't be taking it serious for real. That's what I need to do. But it's just because I'm in Springfield. Like, when I come out here, I be motivated. But when I'm back at home, bruh, I just make my money, bruh, and just go back in my whole type shit. But I really need to come out here and stay out here. Like, you know, and embrace out here. Because out here, they really show you love. No matter if you from here or not. Like, they really fuck with you, bruh. Like, they really fuck with you.
How did you get your rap name?
Otto, like OTTO, like one that teaches others. Since, like, you know, I got a lot of people underneath me and shit, so I'm always teaching people. So, you know, that's what the OTTO stand for. And SAN is like same ass nigga, because I'll never change type shit. So that's where all that come into play.
That's hard. What's your current thoughts on the rap game?
My current thoughts? I don't really get into all that new shit. I don't listen to all that new shit, like, but it's decent so far. Like, I'm just trying to get in there where I fit in, you know, get some show money and shit, some feature money. I ain't really looking to get signed unless, you know, Future trying to sign me, like, you know, FBG or some shit, you know, YSL or something, but nah.
What would you say is the biggest risk you took that paid off?
Jumping off the porch. For real. Listening to my dad too, because I got a lot of siblings and they didn't listen to my dad. And, like, you know, I listened to my dad, it paid off, so.
That's hard. What was some of the best advice you got from your father?
Shit, always be yourself no matter what. Like, people gonna like you for being you. You know, like, you don't gotta switch who you are. Like, you know how most people try to dress like modern day drug dealers when they look like they from Chicago. Like, I'm from Springfield, so we in between Chicago and St. Louis. Everybody think they from Chicago. Everybody wanna be from Chicago. They dress like they from Chicago. I'd rather be myself, like, you know? And that's what pays off. Like, that's what gets me noticed. I stand out no matter where I'm at, like a sore thumb. It's just like, I love it though, you know? It's a bittersweet thing.
For sure. What would you say is the biggest sacrifice you had to make this far for your career?
Isolation, not being around my friends and my family like that. Not really, like, you know, being in contact with people like that, because, like, I be in my own thoughts and stuff. So it's like, I really try not to get distracted. And it's like, you know, no disrespect or nothing, because it's all love at the end of the day. And once I make it, we all make it. So it's like, I just be trying to stay focused, because that's the biggest part, is staying focused.
No, for real.
Biggest part.
What's some of the methods you use to stay disciplined?
Man, I don't really come outside for real unless it's like for money type stuff. Like, so I'm not really finna go to no parties. I'm not gonna go kick it, because parties usually end up getting shot up and shit. So it's like, I'm not finna risk being that one casualty or so often. So it's like, nah, it's not worth it for the end part. But money is more important than having fun right now, because most of the people having fun don't have funds, and they don't have a house, they don't have a car, they don't got shit to their name. Niggas at that PPP shit. Have fun with it, man. It ain't gonna last.
How would you describe the music scene back at home in Springfield?
Bullshit. Grade A bullshit, for real. Motherfuckers just be capping. Like, to be honest, the murder rate isn't that high. So for people to just go around rapping like they shooters and killers and shit, it's just blasphemy, because ain't nobody dying like that. So you might as well just rap about yourself, like rap about what you're really doing in your life. And most of these motherfuckers is failed student athletes that didn't make it to the D1s or to the major leagues or whatever the fuck they was trying to go to. So it's like, now they just want to be gangsters, and it's not worth it. Like, you see, I made it this far being myself. I wear Skechers every day. When I do my business, I have to wear Skechers every day. Be yourself.
That's the easiest thing to be.
But rich people wear Skechers. When you go out of town, California, Las Vegas, you see rich white people wearing Skechers. That's all I gotta say. They don't give no fuck what they got on. They got that money.
Nah, for real. Why do you think people find it so hard to be themselves nowadays?
Because they're scared. They won't be accepted, you know, like quote unquote accepted. Like, I don't know. I just think it's weird because you're trying so hard to be something that you're not, and everybody know that that's not you. So it's like, you know, people talk about you behind your back. So they might, you know, like your shit, you know, kick it with you and shit, but behind your back they talking about how goofy you are because you're trying to be something that you're not. So it's like, just be yourself. It's not hard to be yourself, for real, for real. It's not. People just scared they won't be accepted, you know? They won't get the same likes no more. Everybody want to be a gangster. And they don't even know what it takes to be a gangster, for real, for real.
What are some of the cons you think that come with being unauthentic with yourself?
Unauthentic? I mean, you gotta think about it. Once you talk to a girl, you get her back home, she fuck with you for like a week, she gonna figure out like, damn, this nigga really a goofy. Like, all this social media shit, I thought he was like that. This nigga really a goofy. I done heard stories about y'all. So it's like, they gonna, oh, this nigga really a goofy. Like, and it's like, they gonna talk about you. They gonna tell people, then all that popularity you thought you was someone gonna have gonna go downhill because you really a goofy in real life.
No, that's for real.
I just don't know why people don't want to be themselves, though. You gotta be yourself to free yourself.
That's real. Talk to us about your forthcoming visual, FILA, with Lil Quill.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. That was the first time I met Quill, was when I did that song. So I was super fucking nervous because like I'm from a little city, you know, so I don't got, boy, I got in that room, that nigga did that hook in like 2 minutes. I was like, whoa, what the hell I'm finna do on this motherfucker? This nigga just did that in 2 minutes. I was so nervous. But once I finally got it done though, I had came back and shot the video, and it's like, ever since then, that's just been my dog. I fuck with Quill. That's my dog. He cool as hell, real humble. A real businessman too.
What is it like working with him?
Working with Quill is fun, for real, because like, you might think like, people look at him like, oh, you know, he probably just like a stern ass, like, you know, but he really cool as hell. Like, I ain't gonna say he like a kid, you know, but he cool as hell, bro. He's just like one of the boys type shit, back home type shit. He's just cool. Cool as a bitch.
Do you have plans for another project coming up?
Yeah, we supposed to be shooting a video to a song called Rubber Band Man. And then after that shit, I fuck around and get another song from him. And then I want to work with B-Slime too from YSL. He was the second person to ever like reply back to me about features and shit. Quill was the first, B-Slime was the second, so I want to make sure I get back in there with him too. Sorry, I haven't hit you back up and shit, bro.
That's hard. How about producers? What sound do you seek out when you're in the studio or creating music?
Man, nowadays, I ain't gonna lie, I think Weezy probably one of the hardest producers, for real. Like, Weezy, then, you know, Zaytoven always gonna be like the guy to, you know, the trap beats and shit, but I fuck with Weezy, Pierre Decent. There's a lot of hard producers out there. Turbo Nice, it's a lot. Shit, Metro. My homie Kai from back home, my homie Tylen from back home, they hard too, but, you know, we gonna find out about them soon. Y'all gonna see them soon, so, you know.
It's hard. Talk to us about your grind as an independent artist.
It's hard, but you gotta stay down though. You heard what your mouth said, free big mouth, free big pissy. You gotta stay down, bro, cause like, your shit don't come overnight and it really take time. You just gotta stay down, like, really grind hard, work hard for this shit, for real. If you want it, you can get it. It's not impossible, it's just hard as fuck. It's not impossible though.
What would you say is the biggest challenge that comes along with being an independent artist?
Having to make the money and shit, for real. You know, cause you ain't getting funded by nobody. You ain't getting like no record label putting no money in your pocket. Ain't nobody behind you putting no money in your pocket. So really just getting the money and shit, for real. That's the hardest part.
Would you ever consider signing to a major label situation?
Mm-hmm. Free bands or YSL.
Hey, at least you putting it out there, manifesting, my boy.
Man.
What else are you working on right now?
Shit, I got a project called Springfield I'm about to drop. So it's like with all the features and shit from like Atlanta and shit. Shout out my boy YQ, Lil T and Jonte. And some homies from back home I'm trying to get on the tape and shit before it drop. and then 2 songs with Quill and shit. Like, I'm gonna drop that, let that see how it's sizzling and shit. Let that be like my first project type shit.
That's hard. Any last words and shout outs?
Yeah. Shout out to all the homies back home and shit, bro. We on our way up, for real, for real. You know, all for one for all, you know?
Gang.
All these rubber bands stuck this in my